Thank you for listening Above Ruby's podcast, created by a mom, for every mom, and parents for that matter, embracing parenthood and sanity. Here to help you get by through weekly discussions on parenting, relationships, home, and faith as you juggle daily in life. All right, good afternoon, and we are back with another episode of Above Ruby's podcast. With us today is Mommy Belle Prado. She
Hi.
is a tech savvy. Si Mommy Belle ay nakilala ko through Filipina home-based moms. And we are going to have a fun discussion with Mommy Belle about freelancing and homeschooling. How are you, Mommy Belle?
Fine. Despite the pandemic,
Yes, di ba?
still grateful. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
still grateful that we're safe, and we have work,
Yes.
although online, ayun, happy. Minor adjustments lang now that nag-switch tayo from ECQ to MECQ and kung ano-ano pang ECQ,
Ang dami
nalilito
pang...
na rin ako. Hindi ko na alam kung ano meron.
Oh, medyo mahirap talaga, but thank God, no, that we have we are provided with what we need, and of course we have
Yes.
a job that's keeping us
True. Thank you for
sane.
inviting me. Thank you for inviting me, mommy.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for joining us today as well. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how your freelance journey started?
So, again, I'm Belle. Hello to everyone listening to this podcast. I'm Belle Prado. I'm from Parañaque. I'm a mom to three kids. My eldest is already incoming freshman. Oh my God, I feel old.
You don't look old though, so don't worry.
Thank you. And then my second daughter is incoming grade 9, and my youngest is incoming grade 5. So
Oh
my
wow.
my two younger kids are still being homeschooled up to now. So yun, why I transitioned into a freelancer. So before, I'm a system specialist by profession. IT talaga ang line ko. And then after 17 years of working as a corporate employee, alam mo yun, ewan ko kung nakaka-relate ka, Mami, Nailin, yung meron kang guilt feeling na parang I should be spending more time with the kids. Yung parang every year na lang yan, especially pag if just given birth. Di ba parang may ganong, why do I have to go back to the office? Parang after 2 months ng maternity leave, eto na
Mm-hmm.
naman tayo, babalik na naman, parang laging may ganon. So, every year, ganon talaga yung feeling ko, laging may longing, may desire to be a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so why it took 17 years before I took the plunge? Actually, long story short, year 2008, I got sick. And medyo matter of life and death yung sickness na yun, hindi siya biro. I got sick with pancreatitis. So it was really, really a difficult year for us. Actually, parang sabi nga ng doctor namin, after the fact na lang to, nung na-overcome ko na yung illness, parang he was telling my husband na
Oh
um,
wow.
I
Wow,
was
thank God.
blessed na nakasurvive dun sa ordeal kasi yung ibang mga patients na nagkaroon din ng pancreatitis, na similar din sa sickness ko, didn't make it at all. So parang sabi ko, so that for me was really an eye opener. Kasi sabi ko, bakit umabot, 'di ba, na ilang ilang years na ako nag-work in the corporate world. Pero 2008 lang talaga yung parang yung ibang klaseng push yung
Mm-hmm.
na-feel ko. Tapos sabi ko, it was, 'di ba sabi nila, 'di ba, pag you're faced with your own mortality, parang doon ka talaga magre-reflect on how you're spending your life. Ito talaga yung ano ko, yun, nagkaroon ako ng reflection, sandamakmak na ilang ilang ano yon, ilang months ng reflection and
Yeah.
all. And then until I came to that point na, Lord, oo nga, no, parang hindi, lagi ko sinasabi na my family is the most important thing in the world for me, blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
yada, yada, yada. But really, if you think about it, teka, yung sa mga years na nagdaan, yung pili ko ba talaga yung top 1 na priority? looking back, I see myself as someone kasi na sobrang may tendency to become workaholic.
Workaholic, yeah.
So, alam mo yun, yung 'pag kunyari may binigay sa'yo, you always try to give your 101%. Yung alam mo yun, yung gano'n yung nature ko, parang feeling ko nasho-shortchange yung company 'pag kunyari hindi mo yung parang mediocre
Mhm.
ang results palagi. So, laging gano'n yung stance ko, parang kailangan you give your all, 'di ba? You make yourself a big contributor to the success of the company, may mga gano'n
Oo.
kasi. So, in short, parang, may mga milestones na mga kids ko unfortunately ang nami-miss ko, like may mga events na hindi ka nakakapunta sa school, I remember there was this one instance, nasa school ako sis, tapos manonood dapat ako ng presentation ng mga anak ko. 'Di ba usong-uso yung mga field
Yeah,
demonstration.
oo.
So, nasa quadrangle na sila. And then, my superior called me, kailangan ko daw, right there and then, mag-attend ng conference call. May urgent meeting. So imagine, andun ako sa school, I came back to the car, opened my laptop, and
Oh,
then
no.
nag-join sa conference call. Tapos at the corner of my eye, nakikita ko nagpe-perform na sila doon, pero hindi ako nanonood. So, sabi ko, "Oh my God!" Sobrang ano talaga, sobrang ano siya, punch in the gut.
Mm.
Gano'n gano'n yung feeling. Kaya sabi ko, nung nagkasakit ako, eto na yung, parang yun yung ano na, take it or leave it na. Eto na yung chance, eto na yung binibigay sa'yong opportunity. Ano ba, magte-take the plunge ka ba or what? You stay there or what? Tagal-tagal mo nang sinasabi na gusto mo maging stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
May gano'n kang drama and yet ayaw mong umaksyon, 'di ba? Ayaw mong mag-decide. So, from 2008, I incurred, a huge debt to my company kasi ang laki ng bill na-charge sa'kin sa hospital. So, I have to stay pa for 5 years para mabayaran yung utang na yun.
Oh,
So,
wow. Yeah.
imagine yun sis. So, pero yung 5 years na yun, nakaano na ako, yung eye on the prize. Parang yun yung goal ko. After nito, I'm quitting. Yun na yun
Mm.
talaga. So, yun. Sorry, sobrang haba nung segue,
No,
pero
that's okay.
yun talaga, yung sickness ko ang nag-push sa akin finally to be a stay-at-home mom. And why nag-transition to freelancing? Because later on, I realized na hindi naman ibig sabihin may pinapa-give up sa'yo si Lord na, na isang area ng life mo. That time is yung corporate role
Mm.
ko. It doesn't mean na I cannot explore on other areas, on other
Yes.
avenues. So yun yung isa-isa, slowly but surely, parang nagbukas yung iba't
Oo.
ibang windows of opportunity for me. Sabi ko, pwede naman pala. Um, hindi naman ako pinagbabawalan ni Lord. Yun
Mm.
yun. So, yun lang muna. It took me time to say yes finally until nakarating ako dito na, "Ay Lord, ito pala yun. Meron ka palang ibang meron
Plano.
ka palang ibang plan for me." So yun, in a nutshell.
Wow, congratulations. Ako kasi nag-start ako, hindi pa ako mommy. So, ang gusto ko lang talaga is to be able to work from home. Yun lang, yun lang. Tapos ngayon na may asawa at anak na ako, mas lalo mong naba-value na buti na lang may ganito
Oo,
na. Buti
yun
na
yun,
lang.
eh, 'no, buti na lang.
Oo. When did you start working online? 20
So
something?
it was 2014 I resigned from my corporate job. And then, sabi ko sa'yo sis, meron pa akong gusto ko muna mag-stay at home mom kasi yun yung gusto ko ma-feel muna maghatid sundo,
Yes, oo.
ako magpe-prepare ng alam mo na, breakfast nila sa morning, yung typical na kasi for the longest time yun yung hindi ko nagawa. I have help, I have my mother with me. So, yung sister ko din was living with us at that time. So, yung mga ganong, mommy duties hindi ko
Yeah.
talaga nagagampanan nung time na yun. So, 2014, so I think 2014 to 2015 I wasn't doing anything online yet.
Mhm.
Talaga yun, pure
Pure
stay-at-home
mommy
mom
job.
mode.
Wow, nice.
And then 2015, I realized na parang, ay gusto ko yatang mag-aral ng baking. Nag-enroll pa ako. Nag-bread and pastry course pa ako. So, I enrolled in a culinary school. So, yun yung for people who knows me and my side racket. Meron akong Three Mary's cakes. So, it's more of a hobby actually. I'm a hobby baker and together with two of my high school friends, kaya naging Three Marys kasi tatlong Maria kami. And may friend
Ah,
ako na talagang sobrang artistic and all. So, yun, nag-ano lang kami, nag-collab. So, 2016, yun yung sabi ko, aside from doing, kasi nagsa-social media management ako in a way, dun sa Three Mary's Cakes ko. Sabi
sa
ko,
page.
paano kaya kung yung karirin ko yung social media management? So that was the breakthrough. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako nililimit ni Lord, 'di ba, to explore. Pwede naman ako to earn on the side. Kahit na si husband ko yung pinaka primary breadwinner ng family. Kasi hindi naman
Breadwinner,
ako,
yes.
pwede naman ako kasi yung mga kids naman, they go to school. So I'm not doing anything the whole day but wait for them. So might as well make use of the time na meron. So
Oo.
yun, dun na ako nag-start na maghanap-hanap ng online gigs and explore, learn from other veteran
Mhm.
freelancers kasi mga kapatid, hindi pala siya ganun kadali. yun ang
That's true.
yun ang
How
realization
did
ko.
you start? Did you have meron ka bang like trainer? Nag-enroll ka rin ba or nag-start ka sa Google, YouTube?
I started with exploring it on my own. So sabi parang nabasa ko, na-come across ko, ito pala sa online jobs PH, may ganyan-ganyan, magse-set up ka lang ng
Oo.
profile. So imagine sis, I was trying to apply as a freelancer, pero ang mga cover letter ko, nakakaloka. Dear Sir, Madam, ganon. Ganong level. So, I was trying to apply what I've learned sa corporate world na way ng pag apply tinatry
Oo.
kong yun din ang gawin kong approach only to realize later on na, hello, hindi pala gano'n. Siguro
Iba
sisisi
pala dito. Iba pala dito.
tawa talaga.
Ganon din ang naging start ko.
Nakakatawa talaga sis, as in, di ba may mga as per your request, may ganun. Oh my God, nakakaloka talaga. Saka, pag nasilip nyo yung, yung resume na ina-attach ko sa cover letter ko when I submit proposals, maloloka talaga kayo. Yung parang sinaunang Word document na
Ah.
may 5 pages, na, naka,
Ah.
na nakalagay lahat doon yung mga pinaggagawa ko na hindi naman nakatulong talaga sa akin that time yung pag-join ng mga freelancing groups. Kasi yung exposure ko sa mga materials na meron sa loob ng mga groups na to, yun talaga yung malaking nakatulong sa akin. Yun yung mga, ganun pala. Nakakalawa talaga. So yun yung yun yung transition ko. It was not an easy road. Talagang dumaan talaga ako sa in a
Yeah.
way, nakaka-demoralize sis, to be honest. Kasi, syempre, meron kang ay, may 17-year, corporate experience. How hard can it be na gagawin ko
Mm,
lang naman,
mm.
magta-transition lang into an online format, 'di ba? So, yun yung sa akin, dugog siya. I was really humbled by the transition and so yun din naman ang sinasabi ko to mga newbies who are reaching out din. Sasabi ko sa kanila na minsan nga sabihin ko na kung nakapag-work na kayo sa corporate, kung tutusin, there's no such thing as newbie na eh. 'Di ba? Pwede niyong i-leverage
Mm.
kung ano man yung natutunan niyo dun sa corporate job niyo and not really consider yourself as a newbie anymore kasi hindi
Yes,
kayo
yes.
newbie to begin with.
And that's what's good about online job. Talagang wala siyang discrimination. If you can do the job,
Yes.
pwede ka. Yun yung pinakamaganda doon. Talagang makitaan ka lang ng determination na
So
magtrabaho ng
true, sis.
maayos. Talagang magsasucceed ka sa online job. Ayan, do you still remember yung una mong work? Kasi minsan nakikita kita parang habulin ka sa Upwork, eh.
Ang first work ko is a ano self publishing company. So
Mhm,
ano siya, actually nakakatawa pa nga since sabi ko sa first time ko to have an online client. Nakakatawa pa, sabi ko, "Wow, ito yung gusto ko kasi book nerd ako, gusto ko publishing niche." Sabi ko, ito yung ano ko,
mm.
kung magvi-virtual assistant ako, gusto ko yung kung ano yung niche niya aligned na sa passion, sa interest ko. Parang yun lang naman, wala naman akong ibang criteria. Basta in short,
Oo,
kailangan pasok sa trip ko. So yun, sabi ko, wow, publishing siya, nagpa-publish siya ng book sa Amazon. So I remember this client, nagtanong pa ako, sis, how many are we in the team? Only to only to find out one
ah,
man team lang pala siya. Kaya pala siya naghahanap ng ano.
kaya pala siya naghanap ng BA.
'Di ba? Yun yung mga ganong mindset na akala mo laging malaking corporation yung ina-applyan mo. So yun din. So maraming mga
Mm,
online clients na they're doing the whole process, their whole system mag-isa lang. So that's when you come in as a
yes.
virtual assistant. So yun yung ano, masaya. I stayed with him um, for about a year din. So doon ko natutunan kung paano mag-publish sa Amazon, doon ko natutunan paano mag-format ng
Oo.
ebook, print book. So kung merong gusto magpa-publish, reach out. Yung mga mga
Reach
budding
out. I'm
writers.
the I'm the person
Yeah,
you
I
need.
know. Kasi one more advantage of working with these foreign clients, ano siya, eye-opener siya, sis, 'no? Parang at least for me, yun yung
Mm,
realization ko na, "Hey, wait, kahit tayo mga Pilipino kaya nating gawin 'to, 'di ba? They're publishing their books, ang dami-daming mga titles ang napa-publish nila in a month, and what they do, if you
mhm.
get to know how they do it, parang maiisip mo, teka, kayang-kaya rin ng mga Pilipino 'to, eh." So
Oo,
like,
kayang-kaya ng
if
Pinoy.
you're a virtual assistant working for an e-com boss, so to speak, quote unquote boss,
Mm,
marirealize nyo yan eh. Teka lang, ba't taga-order fulfillment lang ako ng mga orders? Eh, kaya ko rin naman to put up an e-com store. So, yun yung isang advantage of becoming a freelancer. You get to expose yourself to so many systems and business processes na
mhm,
kaya naman natin, hindi tayo lang
mm.
meant to do the dirty work. Pwede tayong put up ng sarili natin business. So yun lang, nai-share ko lang. Kung sino man yung gusto mag-self-publish, kaya natin yan, mga kapatid. Hindi lang ako
Kaya
writer,
natin.
kaya ano.
Actually, vlogger lang tayo, vlogger pa lang.
Kung
Pa
meron
lang.
kayong mga gustong pa-publish, I'll help you out. Sayang eh. Ganun lang pala siya kadali.
Oo. Ayun. So, yun nga yung nakakatuwa, no? Kasi sa unang client ko rin, mag-isa lang din ako nagtatrabaho. So, like, parang log in, tapos log out. Tapos, kailan kaya ako mapapakilala sa team ko? Wala palang team. Wala
Asa ka pa,
palang
sis,
team.
ha?
Okay, sige. Oo. Pero, yun nga, makikita mo yung mga process nila eh. It's really good because of our clients. Mas marami tayong natututunan. Ayun. Ah, now let's switch to homeschooling kasi ako nagle-lurk ako sa mga friends kong homeschoolers eh. Sinisilip ko sila. Isa ka doon. Kaya tapos si Morena Ma'am yung guest ko last week. Ayan, mga homeschoolers kayo. And which is very timely right now kasi we're going back to school. And when I learned about COVID kasi, nag-alala din ako sa anak ko na at ang number one fear ko sa homeschooling ay kung kakayanin ko ba kasi meron din ako multiple clients. So, sabi ko, paano kaya 'to? Pero, ayun nagtatanong-tanong na rin ako ng mga nakaraang buwan. Kaya lang, na-enroll ko na pala si Nate. before pa for grade 1, before pa mag-class, mag-start yung class. So, we just went with DepEd na lang. Nag-follow na lang kami sa kanila. But for those who are still contemplating, because sa ngayon, hindi pa nagsisimula lahat, no? Na-mention mo na sinasamahan mo rin sila sa school dati. When did you like fully transition to homeschooling?
So, I started homeschooling my kids. Yung naghahatid sundo ako, parang it was only 1 year ng school year nila. So, the following year, nag-jump na ako into homeschool mommy mode. Nag-ano na. So, it was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. This
Oh,
is
wow.
already our 6th year to homeschool. So, ang daughter ko that time, eldest daughter ko was grade 8, followed by a incoming grade 4, and then preschool yung isa. So imagine, multi-level, isang
Oo, kaya
junior
nga.
high, isang grade school, saka isang preschool. So that was 6 years ago nung nag-start ako
Wow,
mag-homeschooling.
nakakatuwa naman. Tapos nag-plunge ka sa gano'n, 3 yung estudyante mo, samantalang ako isa lang nag-aalala pa. Ayan, ah, so how hard was it? Paano yung challenge nun na parang meron din transition on their part kasi nag-school na sila sa labas tapos nag-transition sila to homeschooling. Paano, nahirapan ba sila? How was your adjustment?
Yeah. That was the right you use the right word, sis, how hard. Hindi yung kabilang extreme na how easy was it, 'di ba? Tama ang assumption mo. So, nung nakakatawa, sis, kasi when I decided to homeschool, a quick story muna
Yeah.
why in the first place nag-homeschool ako. Kasi okay naman yun, naghahatid sundo lang ako, may extra time pa
Mhm.
ako to do work. But what really got me was this one instance na yung daughter ko at that time, yung grade 3 pa lang siya nung time na yon. So, nag-ano kami, kasi every time na galing sila sa school, pag umuwi, nire-review ko din sila for may
Mhm.
mga homework, tapos ina-assist ko sila sa pagsagot. Tapos nung nagtuturo ako, parang nagano siya, may feedback. Sabi niya, "Mama, bakit 'pag ikaw nagtuturo mas naiintindihan ko, 'pag yung sa school hindi?" Kaya sabi ko, "Wait, parang may mali." Kasi 'di ba, parang kung iisipin mo, nagbabayad ako ng tuition, and hindi naman, sorry ha, hindi naman masyadong
Mhm.
mura yung tuition in a year. So I was really taken aback. Hindi naman ako nag-comment dun sa anak ko right there. Oo nga, hindi naman ako nag-agree ng gano'n. Pero parang hindi ko nga maalala kung nakapag-react ba ako nung time na yun. Basta nag-stick sa'kin yung comment niya na yun, na bakit 'pag ikaw nagtuturo, mama, mas naiintindihan ko. So that's when I remembered Brother Bo's Catholic Filipino Academy. That was his
Mhm.
homeschool provider. So matagal ko na siyang nakaka-across, kasi since I go to the same spiritual community. So may idea na ako more or less dun sa CFA homeschool. But that time, hindi ko pa naisip kung ano um, yung need ko to be
Mhm.
a homeschooler nung time na yon. Kasi sabi ko, satisfied naman ako sa school system eh. Tapos yun nga, nung nagganon na yung anak ko, teka wait lang, kasi oo nga no, kung ako rin naman ang nagtuturo every afternoon when they get home, parang nadodoble lang. Tapos, ang isa pang triggering point was every time I asked my son, who was a preschooler at that time, "What did you do in school? What did you do in school today?" Ganyan. "We watched Lion King." Sabi ko, "What?" sabi ko, sabi ko, kasi parang 2 hours. Kaya 2 hours lang ang preschooler, di ba, nagstay sa school. And then, sasabihin mo sa akin na nanood lang, nag-film showing lang kayo. Sabi ko, parang pwede naman natin gawin sa bahay yan, di ba? Yun, pero syempre, sa loob ko na
Oo.
lang din yun. So yun, yung the following year, yun yung nag-isip-isip na kami ni hubby, oo nga no, parang andito na rin lang naman ako sa house, hindi naman ako pumapasok na sa office, bakit umubra? So, so ang tapang ko nun, kasi akala ko, kasi since nagre-review lang ako, yun lang ang ginagawa ko, 'di ba? Nung nag-ano na, nung nag-sink in na yung real, yung nag-start na yung real school year. So, nung sabay-sabay na, kasi sabi ko, nung dati kasi one at
Oo.
a time eh. Nung sabay-sabay na ako na magtuturo, dati review lang. Oh my God, ang hirap pala, Lord. Ang hirap pala. So, ang nakatulong sa akin that time are our parent coaches kasi our homeschool provider, CFA Homeschool, um, assigns parent coaches to each homeschooling family. So every time you feel burdened, overwhelmed, and clueless na kung ano yung mga steps na gagawin mo susunod, may mga parent coach ka na pwedeng i-approach, to get inputs from. Pwede kang humingi ng advice, coach, paano ko ba ituturo tong parang ako kahit ako nahihirapan, no? Paano kung bilingual yung kid ko, paano ko ituturo ang araling panlipunan? So, we have parent coaches and we have parang siya ang homeschool provider, it became some sort of a
Oo.
community. Hindi siya organization, hindi organization ang tingin ko eh. So it's a community. So meaning kahit yung mga fellow homeschooling moms and dads, pwede ko rin itap anytime kasi you build relationships din eh. Not only with your parent coaches but with other homeschooling parents as well. So yun yung maganda no, naging parang it takes a village, di ba? To teach a
Mm.
child. Parang naging ganon. Naging community talaga siya. So, yun yung nakagaan sa akin in a way. Kasi at first, I was trying to bring
Mhm.
school into our home. So, meron pa ako na kasi syempre, yung typical mindset ng ano ba yung natutunan natin sa school. So, how's what does a homeschooling day look like? Siyempre, ang typical day ko is kung ano yung tsurong nasa school pa. So, meron pa ako nun sa first year ng homeschooling ko, meron pa akong 7 to 8, we'll have CLE, 8 to 9, Filipino, 9 to 10, English, parang may naka-block scheduling pa. Only to realize na hindi pala magwo-work yung ganong structured schedule with us. Some homeschooling families um,
Mhm.
can use that approach, pero yun nga, yun yung na-realize ko with homeschooling, it's not really a one size
Yeah.
fits all. Parang you will try to find the
What works for
system
you.
that would work for you. Hindi siya talaga, uy, nag-work na De La Cruz family na sila, naka-Pomodori technique. Sila nagpo-Pomodori. Sabi, hindi uso ang Pomodoro kasi ang anak ko parang, kasi i-consider mo rin kung ano ba yung kid mo, visual learners ba sila, kinesthetic ba sila, um, audio audiovisual and so on. So yun pa, kahit nga tatlong anak mo nanggaling sa'yo,
Oo.
possible na iba-ibang
And
learning style
approach.
yan.
Wow.
So yun, so since iba-iba yung learning style, pati yung teaching approach mo will differ according dun sa learning style ng anak nyo. So yun yung sa akin. In short, hindi
Mhm.
siya madali at first, but when you get the hang of it, when you get to figure out what system works for your family, considering your family dynamic, yun talaga, magiging
Mhm.
smooth na yung iba. Although, every year, we still do some adjustments kasi nag-iiba-iba rin. Kung dati, quote-unquote, nauuto mo yung anak mo
Matanda na daw.
to follow, nag-a-adjust din sila, nag-aano rin sila, nagle-level up din. So, nag-aano rin, nare-realize din nila na, ay, inuuto lang ako ni mama para gawin ko tong worksheet. so, parang um, ang ano ko lang doon, don't limit yourselves into just using
Mhm.
worksheets, books, kasi homeschooling is, as long as you're teaching something, that's already homeschooling. Kahit na nasa family meal
Mhm.
time lang, nagtuturo ka ng something about your own set of values, homeschooling na yun eh. Kasi homeschooling talaga kasi sis is not just about academics. It's more of values formation. What your family believes in. Ano ba yung convictions nyo? Ano yung beliefs nyo as a family? Yun yung way for us to pass on these values to our kids eh. And sadly, 'di ba, minsan hindi natin nahahabol 'yon pag most of the time they go to school and then they come back. Parang konti lang naman talaga yung konti lang yung heart to heart to kaya kailangan maging intentional ka with your time. Talagang isa-schedule mo 'yun para maipasok mo yung values na gusto mong i
Oo.
i-drill down sa mga anak mo. So yun, gano'n siya. Hindi siya hindi siya gano'n kadali, but, I realized that it's worth it. Lahat ng mga iniyak ko. Kasi yung first year ko sis, I must admit, yung first year ko there were times that I locked myself sa CR kasi feeling ko dun lang nila ako hindi mahahabol. Eto yung ko, pwede akong Lord. Kasi hindi talaga siya kasi ang pressure will be magnified eh. It will be multiplied. Kasi considering na, hello, it's on you. Pag natuto yung anak mo, it's on you. Pag hindi siya natuto, it's on you. So doble yung pressure. Wala akong maituturo na, ay nako si teacher, hindi magaling magturo. Wala na eh. So imagine the pressure of teaching 3 multi-level kids. It was really overwhelming. But by
Yes.
God's grace, na-realize ko na parang, hey, chill, relax, step back. Babalikan mo talaga yung, ano ba yung
Mhm.
big why mo? Why did you homeschool ba in the first place? So as long as you're aligned with your big homeschooling why, then you're good. Kahit nasabihin mo na ay, hindi niya natutunan yung algebra. I don't care. As long as lumalaki siyang maayos. Kasi yun yung sinet kong big why
Mhm.
di ba? Parang at the end of the day, yun lagi yung babalikan nyo para hindi kayo mag-feel bad na I'm failing as a homeschool mom, 'di ba? Kasi yun yung dun papasok talaga yung so many voices, so many noise na i-discourage ka talaga and all. Are you really doing the right thing? Parang mafe-feel mo talaga, oh my God, I'm becoming less of a mom kasi hindi niya natutunan ng algebra. Anong klase akong teacher? So yun, babalik lang talaga sa homeschool, big why. Yun lang.
Wow, so even with homeschooling meron din palang mom guilt
Yes,
diyan.
sis. Yes. Mm.
Wow. Pero 6 years of God's grace and yung pasensya. Let's break that stigma kasi sinasabi ng tao ng iba na nasisira daw or wala daw socialization yung mga bata kapag hino-homeschool. That's the number one misconception from people when it comes to homeschooling. What's your say on that?
Yes. Oh, socialization, busting the myth.
Ah,
Sobrang
debugging.
sobrang myth lang talaga siya. Kasi like, iaano ko na lang siya through my own personal experience. I cannot really say na it's not true. Through my experience na lang. Like with my kid, with my youngest son, kasi ang exposure lang niya sa regular school is ano lang nursery 1. So
Mhm.
nursery 2 onwards, homeschooled na siya. And then, since ang exposure niya is with people of all ages, ang napansin ko, hindi siya nangingimi. I'm not sure kung ano ba yung tamang word sa English. Hindi siya nangingimi, makipag-usap sa tao. Hindi siya, kasi sanay siya sanay siyang makipag-usap kahit na ilang taon yung, kahit matanda, bata. Hindi katulad
Mm.
ng daughter ko. Ang iko-compare ko na lang sis is my daughter na nakapag regular school.
School, okay.
Yung daughter ko na regular school, nag-start din siya like my son na sobrang talkative, sobrang expressive and all. So, pasok siya sa regular school. For some reason, nung nag-grade 3 na siya, something, paano ba, switched. Di ko alam kung bakit all of a sudden nawala yung bubbliness, yung kahit ano i-express, kahit sinong kausap, makikipag-usap. Kasi I remember pag dati nasa public places kami, kahit sino i-approach niya, kaya niyang makipag-usap. So sabi ko, ano kaya nabago? Tapos ang na-connect ko na lang, because they are told sa school to shut up, 'di ba? Pag hindi kinakausap,
Oo.
ilang oras ba silang nakaupo sa school? So most of the time, nakaganon lang. Pag authority, 'di ba? Yung mga teachers are the authority figures. So paano mo ano yun na, ma'am, walang wala yung natural na magbe-break ka lang into conversation, 'di ba?
Mm,
Anytime. So
mm, mm.
pwede ka lang magsalita kung binigyan ka ng permission to speak. So, parang yun yung ko. Tapos, parang napagalitan pa yata sila ng mga friends niya. Pero grade 3 pa lang sila. Siguro, in a way, naging traumatic for her. Na parang,
Yeah.
I'll be quiet na lang from today onwards. Hindi na ako masyado magsasalita para safe. Hindi ako pagalitan. So, hindi ko rin na hindi ko rin nahuli agad. Kasi hindi ko na maalam kung ano nangyayari sa school. Pag nasa bahay siya, she is her usual self. Hindi ko alam eh. Pero nakikita ko na lang, pag lumalabas kami, doon ko nako-compare, ay, bakit hindi siya masyadong,
Aloof siya, aloof.
parang mas gusto niya yung hindi na lang siya kausapin. Sobrang opposite ng anak ko, lalaki. Yung si Jayron ko naman, kahit sino, um, hindi siya magdadalawang isip na i-approach, "Tito, ganyan-ganyan, what is ganyan-ganyan?" Yung gano'n, yung sobrang siya, anong tawag dito, sobrang expressive, sobrang
Perky.
oo. And I remember, may isang dati, dito sa village namin, dati nasiraan kami ng sasakyan. Parang a few blocks away from our house. So, tumirik yung sasakyan namin dun, sis. Nagulat ako dun sa anak ko, meron siyang kinatok na door. Tapos, may kasama na siyang, sabi, Dada, this is Tito, may pinapakilala siya. Hindi namin kilala. Ganon siya sociable. Nakakalakad siya around the village. Nadaig pa kami, sis, sa pagiging grabe talaga yun yung sabi ko, ang galing.
Ma-PR,
Kasi
oo.
parang nakilala niya yung bata na kapitbahay namin, and then yung bata parang kakalaro niya sa basketball, tapos may tatay, so nakilala niya yung tatay. Yung tatay, alam niya makakatulong sa amin that time, inintroduce, nakakatawa, inintroduce niya yung si Tito ganyan dun sa husband ko. Yung si Tito ganyan, yun yung tumulong sa amin magtulak ng sasakyan. Imagine, parang, kaya sabi ko, ang galing eh, hindi siya, so yung pag sinasabi nila na, yung socially awkward, no such thing talaga pagdating sa homeschoolers, and ma-witness din yan every time there's an event sa homeschool provider namin, sa CFA Homeschool. Like, kunyari, sample ng event, ano ba yung dati namin? Kunyari, meron kaming sa mga magpa-first Holy Communion. So, we invite a priest. May mga may mga talks prior to the first Holy Communion na sacrament. They have to attend these talks na si Father ang magtuturo about yung importance ng sacrament and all, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos nakakatawa si Father, kunyari, mga mga grade 3 homeschoolers to, magsasama-sama sila dun sa dun sa venue. Tapos pag may tinanong si Father, who wants to volunteer na ganyan-ganyan-ganyan to recite kunyari, the Our Father prayer. Lahat, sis, nag-mimimi. Unlike in a regular school who wants to do this, di ba lahat,
Oo.
nakatungo lahat, right? So, yun yung difference. Tapos, who wants to volunteer to present something, blah, 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 magpe-present. discuss this and that. Magvo-volunteer talaga sila, yung parang sabi ni father sa amin nung tapos na yung ano, yung event, sabi niya, alam niyo, nagko-conduct din siya ng talks sa mga school, sa mga regular schools. Parang parang siya napapagod daw siya sa ano, sa CFA every time. Every time mga homeschoolers ang ano kasi ano, ang daming naka-queue to
Ah,
to present. Unlike sa 'pag sa regular school siya nagko-conduct, siya pa yung nagtuturo kung sino, parang, "Johnny, you want to ano," may
ah.
pina-prompt pa siyang student to share, eh. Eto, sis 'pag nag-attend ka sa event, naka-line up pa sila sister. Naka-line up yung mga magre-recite. Nakatayo na sa harap. They don't need to be forced, they don't need their moms to force na, "Anak,
Mhm.
ano ka, magtaas ka ng kamay." Hindi, baliktad sa mga homeschooler, parang, "Anak, sige, give chance to others naman." Gano'n, parang, "Sige na, i-ano, 'wag ka na mag-raise ng hand kasi parang over na." Gano'n, sis. So so in terms of socialization, sobrang sobrang myth talaga siya. It's the other
Mm.
way around because why? Because they're exposed to an environment where there is no judgment, 'di ba? Ang
Mhm.
home, kahit na anong sabihin mong point of view, kunyari 'pag nanood kami ng movie, 'di ba, parang 'di ba after we watch a movie kasi minsan nag-aano kami, yung parang nagra-Rotten Tomatoes, may mga critic-critic, 'di ba, what
Oo.
did you like about that film? Ano ba yung pangit dun? Ano yung rating natin? So, every, feedback counts. Hindi siya something na, "Weh," 'di ba, yung walang magja-judge. 'Di ba, hindi
Oo.
sila exposed sa gano'ng, teasing, sa gano'ng asaran, sa gano'ng, barahan. 'Di ba 'pag kunyari sa school, "Nye, nye, nye, nye."
Mm,
'Di ba,
mm.
hindi minsan 'di ba yung nakakalungkot minsan kung sino pa yung pinakamatalino. 'Di ba magre-recite tapos nye, 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 aasarin, parang
Oo,
siya ang
oo.
lumalabas na odd man out. So, the next time na nagtanong ulit, "Ay, hindi na lang ako magre-recite." 'Di ba? For fear of being ano, mocked. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
'Yun yung
Yeah.
mangyayari, inaasar lang ako, ba't pa ako magshe-share? 'Yun yung ano, unlike sa house na walang judgment, ang mga asar lang naman sa'yo, to the extreme na 'to, mga ate mo lang. Mga ate mo lang, and then hindi naman gano'n ka-harsh, 'di ba? Hindi gano'n ka-brutal lang mga ano,
Oo.
pang-asaran sa bahay kasi andun ka naman as a parent, para, "Uy, over na 'yan." 'Di ba? Nandun ka naman to remind. Eh, saka minsan kahit naman kami nangaasar din naman kami, kaming mga
Oo,
magulang.
oo.
So, yun lang, hindi hindi sila sanay ng ano, kaya 'pag when the situation calls for it, volunteers are called. Sila yung mga nauuna mag-volunteer. Hindi ka na mahihirapan, hindi sila walang walang ano, no such thing as socially awkward pagdating sa homeschooling kasi lahat sila game. Lahat sila are encouraged to um, share their inputs. Lahat sila are encouraged to contribute. Parang feeling nila 'pag hindi ako part ng project, "Ay, ano bang saysay ko dito?" Hindi hindi yung ano, basta gano'n gano'n, mina-maximize talaga nila. Yun yung ano dun, yun yung nakakatuwa dun, hindi sila
Mhm.
awkward at all.
That's really good. That's nice. Now, if there's a freelancer who is contemplating on homeschooling their kids, how or ano sa tingin mo yung mga kailangan nilang i-prepare or how is juggling freelancing and homeschooling?
Yeah,
Meron ba silang dapat na alalahanin na baka hindi nila ma-manage both?
yeah. Um, Treat that as, something na you do when you're juggling clients.
Aha. Okay.
'Di ba mga freelancers tayo, so, number one, must have talaga is to plan ahead. Kasi 'pag hindi ka talaga nag-schedule and then you're just winging it, parang parang ano rin, much as the same way we handle clients, pag may mga client tayo na mamaya na yan, hindi ka masyadong prepared. And then once you start working on it, doon mo lang marirealize na, oh my God, it would take pala, more than 2 hours to do this. Kasi hindi ka nag-plan ahead. So, same goes with homeschooling. Pag hindi ka nag-plan, hindi ka nag-schedule, and then kunyari, tomorrow I'll teach Filipino, gano'n. Tapos nag-isip na paano ko ba ituturo 'tong pangalan, pandiwa, hindi ka nag-prepare ng any material. So dumating na yung the following day, andiyan na yung anak mo, "Mommy, mama, mag-homeschool na." Kasi hindi ka nakapag-prepare, ano nga ba yung pangalan? Ano ba yung pandiwa? So it would take longer time kasi 'di ba you're caught unprepared. So yun lang,
Mhm.
for me it's better to plan ahead. Like kung may tuturo ka the following week pa, i-plot mo na kung ano yung mga lessons na ilalagay mo kunyari for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Paano mo i-schedule yon, and then pwede mo ring i-condition yung mind conditioning yung anak mo na, or next week ito yung itsura ng magiging schedule natin. Para siya din, may na rin na, yay, pag Friday afternoon, free time na. So,
Oo.
alam din niya kung ano yung ilo-look forward niya. Kung ano yung, saan papasok yung free time niya, saan papasok yung, kunyari, he's really into arts. Saan papasok yung arts time? Saan papasok yung PE time kung masyadong kinesthetic naman yung anak, kailan siya pwedeng maglaro? So yun yung
Mm.
mga planning and scheduling ahead. Yun yung sobrang importante. Otherwise, dun nagsisimula yung yung overwhelm. Kasi,
Yeah,
kasi
sa dami na.
winging it na di ba? Kaya ko to,
Mm.
bahala na mamaya, bahala na si Batman. And, ma-obvious, kids are smart. Ma-obvious nila pag hindi ka ready.
Oo.
Kasi doon ka pa lang o sige, na lang, you do your ABCs na lang kasi parang kahit ano na lang eh. O sige, mag-color ka na lang, mga ganon. And then, pag parang nagdo-domino effect, kung hindi ka nakapag-plan ahead, so kung ano-ano na lang din yung ginawa ng anak mo, hindi naging productive masyado yung araw, tapos bago ka matulog, magigilty ka na naman. So, oh my
Mm.
God, parang hindi ako nakapagturo ng maayos. But, yun, yung na lang, meron namang grace. May grace. The following day,
Yes.
I can do better. Pwede naman. Pwede kang bumawi. Yun na lang. Yun yung
Oo.
maganda sa homeschooling. Adjust ulit the following day kung hindi
Adjust.
na-cover. Pero yun yung key. Planning ahead and time management. Kung kailangan na pati yung mga brothers and sisters, kung kailangan pati yung pag-toothbrush natin ilagay na natin sa sa schedule, anong oras ka magluluto, i-schedule mo na, the more detailed, the better, para walang nami-miss out. Yun lang.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Ang dami kong natutunan. Nakaka-encourage naman ang iyong story. But before we end this, I would like to give you the time to because for those who are listening, si Mami Bell po ay kapwa ko, freelancer. She also blogs and she also has her own podcast. So how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, if you're an aspiring freelancer, maybe our podcast called Freelancing with Faith can help. Kung ano kayo into audio format, pwede yung Freelancing with Faith. Doon nag-share kami ng sister ko, sister in Christ, si Sis Con Sabala, who's also a fellow freelancer. Nag-share kami ng mga tips kung paano yung pwede nyong gawin para makapag-land kayo ng first online client nyo. Talagang mga aspiring freelancers is ang target namin.
Mm-mm.
And also, welcome din yung mga veteran freelance kung gusto nyong makipagtsikahan din kasi
Mag-refresh.
yeah, kasi 'di ba natututo rin tayo sa kapwa veteran freelancer natin. So that's
Yes.
one, Freelancing with Faith. don't hesitate to email din freelancingwithfaith@gmail.com kung may mga topics or mga lessons na gusto nyong i-cover namin to help you with your freelance journey. Open kami sa mga suggestions, open kami sa comments. And then, ano rin siya, meron ding video format. So, pag nagpunta rin kayo sa YouTube, ina-upload din namin yung mga podcast episodes namin doon. So, it's also called Freelancing with Faith. Yun yung YouTube channel. And then, what else? Sa ano naman, kung may kailangan kayong help with web development, you can reach me at Social Bell PH na Facebook page. Kasi nag-offer din ako ng help sa mga yung gustong mag-convert ng, 'di ba, dati mga face-to-face teaching mode. Sabi ko,
yeah.
Since pandemic na, pwede nating i-convert yung mga face-to-face teaching natin, materials into online na, i-leverage na natin mga kapatid. Kasi yun sayang naman para instead na you do it one by one, pwede kayong mag-set up na lang ng online course para hindi rin nakakapagod on your end kasi i-access lang nila yung course online, so you're good. Basta nandun lang yung content. So, yun, pwede nyo akong email, belprado23@gmail.com or sa Facebook page Social Bell PH.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sis Belle. Napakaganda ng iyong story. I personally learned a lot from you today. I feel so encouraged. And I'm pretty sure na yung makakakinig din, lalo na yung mga nagko-contemplate, nag-iisip-isip if they are going to homeschool.
Thank you for having
this will be
me,
a value. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Sign up to my newsletter so you're notified of my next podcast at www.abovepreciousrubies.com or follow me via Apple Podcast or Spotify. Today's Bible reading is from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. And you, fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and admonition of the Lord.